Are you feeling that, no matter how hard you try, the person of your heart seems distant, insecure, almost unattainable? Do you think that, even if you were to insist on knowing, he would never reveal what really goes on inside him? There is a heavy, suffocating energy that perhaps he himself cannot perceive, but that you feel deeply. It's your subconscious mind capturing every detail, every shadow of the true essence of what he feels for you. And that's exactly why you are here. Your angels have an important message for you. Stay with me, because today you will unravel this mystery and find the key to turning this insecurity into a true and powerful connection. The way this person behaves when talking to you is deeply connected to the special place you hold in his life. It's as if you were a unique piece in the puzzle of his life, a piece that doesn't fit anywhere else, only where it is. The energy he transmits makes it clear that you hold a very specific position, chosen for reasons that only he knows deeply. He tends to categorize everything and everyone around him, putting each into a specific compartment. However, when it comes to relationships, especially yours, this is manifested in an even more striking way. He is willing to give himself and open up to you, but this openness comes with a series of nuances and complexities. It's not just about what you represent to him, but the profound impact your presence has on his life. Interestingly, this behavior may not have anything to do directly with you, but rather with the importance you have for him. You are a focal point, a person he considers essential, and this influences him in ways that he may not even realize. He feels deeply misunderstood by you, even though there may never have been a concrete reason for it. This feeling of incomprehension is rooted, almost like a defense, something he can't control or maybe doesn't even want to change. In conversations, especially when the subject is feelings, he may tell you what he thinks you want to hear, instead of sharing his true thoughts and emotions. This is not necessarily an attempt to deceive, but rather a learned behavior, a way to protect his heart. It's a self-imposed limitation that emerges whenever there is a need to express himself emotionally. He seems to have internalized this way of acting in such a way that, even if he desires to be more open and sincere, there is an internal barrier that stops him. Something you may not have realized yet is that the subconscious mind functions like a program. This means that, often, people act on impulse, repeating behaviors that are already ingrained. When you interact with someone who seems to act in a strange or inconsistent way, it usually has to do with these internal programmings. It could be that something in your relationship with this person is triggering these repetitive attitudes. Notice that he is not doing this on purpose. Most of the time, he is not even aware of how he is acting. But the impact of this is real, especially when he starts treating you in a way you don't understand. He may see you in a specific way, based on his own experiences and beliefs. And you wonder if this will ever change. Does this person intend to change? Or will he continue to see you the same way? Often, this is linked to the feeling of rejection. Unintentionally, he may be projecting his own insecurities and fears onto you. It's as if he is using you as a mirror for his own frustrations. And this can be a major obstacle to the growth of the connection between the two of you. The most frustrating thing is that, even without a clear reason for it, he may think that you simply don't understand him. Currently, he feels misunderstood, as if no one could see things from his point of view. He would like to be able to tell you that nobody is perfect, that everyone makes mistakes, and that this is part of life. In fact, he wishes you knew that you are not perfect either. The way he sees you has changed a lot compared to the past. This reveals a lot about the trajectory of the connection between you. In the beginning, when your energies aligned, this man saw you as someone very open and approachable. But something has changed drastically, and now he feels provoked by you, as if there was a sudden need to censor himself when he is close to you. This feeling of self-censorship is new and significant. Whatever you are doing now is directly impacting this person's mind in a deep and complex way because the energy between you has become very specific and intense. This transformation may have been triggered by an isolated situation that occurred in the recent past. It was at that moment that this man started to take on a more performative role in your presence, paying more attention to what he said and being careful not to do or say anything that could negatively influence your perception. All of this is happening as a direct result of how you respond to him. This dynamic may be occurring at times when you least expect it, during conversations, brief exchanges, or even just in each other's presence. In the recent past, there were many occasions when this person felt very open and honest with you, being able to express himself in a raw and real way. However, there has been a specific change, a change in how you respond to him, and this is a bit shocking for this man now. Maybe he doesn't want to go as deep in conversations with you anymore, or is hesitant to share personal information because of how his energy is being perceived. This person who once felt comfortable and genuine in your presence is now dealing with a new layer of self-awareness. It's almost as if he has to measure every word and action, fearing that any slip-up could alter the way you see him. He seems to be going through a complicated moment in terms of how he sees you and perceives your actions and words. It may be that initially he put you in a place of prominence, almost as an example to be followed. This is common when we admire someone or see qualities that we would like to have in ourselves. But suddenly something changed. It may have been something you said or did, or even something you didn't say. He may have interpreted your silence as disapproval or judgment. He may feel that you are no longer at the same level of understanding or support as before. It seems that at some point you did not fully agree with everything he did or said, and this created a fracture in his perception of you. Now he may be more defensive, as if he were protecting himself from possible criticisms or judgments that he believes you may make. This doesn't mean you did anything wrong. In fact, your opinion or silence may have been just a way to respect his space, not to interfere, or simply not to agree with something politely. But to him, it may have seemed like a lack of support or a change in attitude. It's almost as if he expected you to always be an unconditional support, and when he realized that you also have your own opinions and boundaries, it made him reassess your relationship. This type of situation can be very delicate, especially if the man is someone who is not used to opening space for other opinions or criticisms. He may be projecting onto you expectations that perhaps you didn't even know existed. This can make him feel helpless or betrayed in some way, even if that was not your intention. He no longer sees you just as someone who lives quietly in their thoughts, taking things passively and predictably. Now he perceives you as an essential part of him, an integral part that has opinions and views that expand the world around him. And the truth is that this feeling does not disappear. This man operates in cycles, and there is a very intense cyclical energy emanating from him. It is intriguing to notice that, even if he consciously tries to distance himself from you, something inside him continues actively seeking your presence subconsciously. You may notice a subtle change in his disposition or mood when interacting with him. It seems like there is something he wants to share with you, but he holds back, avoiding going down that path. During conversations, he may bring up certain topics just to probe your mind, trying to understand your intentions and feelings. This tense energy is noticeable, almost as if he is projecting his own uncertainties and emotions onto you, not in a subtle way. Perhaps he doesn't even realize what he is doing, but the intensity of this energy is undeniable. If you have the gift of reading energies, you may be sensing that something in his aura is slightly out of balance, without being able to exactly identify why. Due to his extremely reserved nature, he may have unconsciously brought a lot of emotional baggage into this connection. There may be past events influencing this behavior, causing him to go into situations or relationships with certain assumptions about how you will act or respond. Sometimes it seems like this person made the decision, at some point in life, not to fully surrender to love. The energy they emit shows this in an almost palpable way, indicating that they probably have a very valid reason for this attitude. It is a man who is clearly in search of love, but due to this unconscious block in his subconscious programming, he ends up pushing away precisely what he desires most: to live a full and true love by his side. This blockage can manifest in various ways, such as convincing himself that he is unhappy or even adopting behaviors that, without realizing, repel his energy. And the most impressive thing is that all of this happens completely unconsciously. If we look at the situation from a spiritual perspective, we can perceive that this man was, at some point in life, subconsciously programmed by someone, a place, or a traumatic past experience. These unresolved traumas have created deep emotional blockages. Perhaps he has not sought psychological help or has not sufficiently reflected on these painful experiences, and as a result, he continues to manifest similar experiences, repeating negative patterns in life. Thus, it's not that he doesn't trust anyone, but rather that he has been put in so many situations of distrust that he no longer knows how to trust people, even when there are no concrete reasons for it. Unfortunately, it seems that this person, in some way, ended up placing their connection in the same category of distrust, even though you have done nothing to deserve it. He protects himself, creates barriers, perhaps out of fear of being hurt again. It's as if, without realizing, he is reliving old wounds, placing them ahead of new possibilities. You touched on a sensitive point, unveiling an aspect of this person that he may not even be aware of. If you truly understood the depths of what he is repressing, that would be a shock. This is related to the difference between the image he projects and who he really is. It is very easy for him to connect and ask for things, set intentions based on what he desires. But when you enter his mind, you understand that there is a hidden version, one that is attracted to certain energies, certain types of people. No matter how much he tries to convince himself of what he wants, his subconscious will always seek what he really needs, influenced by the way he was taught to see love. You feel the effects of this, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. We all seek an energetic signature in love, which can be of high, low vibration, or a mix of both. What stands out is that this is not something innate, but it is revealed over time through our patterns and reactions to the people we choose to love. This also has to do with your light, your kind heart, and how it impacts this man. It may be very different from how your light affects other people in your life, because in romantic connections, you reveal aspects of this man that no one else sees and that he cannot hide. He may feel like he is exposing all his sides to you, but the truth is that everyone has a dark side. Every person on this planet has two sides. The difference here is that while talking to you, he is communicating with both aspects of his being. Other people may have simple interactions with him, but you do not have that luxury. You see everything. Even if he never says it, he knows that you see everything. That is why he continues to be drawn to you, no matter how raw or provocative your conversations may be. There is authenticity and reality in them. It's as if every time he is in your presence, your energy says, I see you very clearly. He may be trying to understand how you can pick up on things he really doesn't want to reveal, but with this dynamic, that's not possible. He feels exposed, as if all his secrets and vulnerabilities are laid bare before you. This is about attracting a certain type of energetic signature, which is extremely important to him. While he may think he aligns with you because of your similarities or things you've discussed, or simply because he really sought a connection with you, you align with him because deep down, this man desires to be seen for all that he is. But there is an aspect to consider. This captures not only that fear energy, but also the push and pull dynamics in this connection, where this man runs to you to be seen and then pulls away because of what you see. He wants to open up, but at the same time, he fears being judged or rejected. So definitely, this could be capturing some kind of weight from your past, or it could simply be a part of himself that he has accepted and integrated. But it's almost as if he's at that point where he wants to know if you can handle all of this, and if you are capable of doing so without judgment. He yearns for total acceptance, for someone who can see his flaws and still value him. That's where this energy comes from, in which he wants you to know that everyone makes mistakes and that you are not a perfect human being, because only God is perfect. It's almost as if this person entered this connection truly putting you on a pedestal. So regardless of how you present yourself, what kind of knowledge you have, or what kind of life experience you possess, the way you presented yourself really made this man put you on a pedestal. He idealizes you, and that makes everything even more complicated, because the more he starts peeling back the layers of what he really was, the more he begins to project onto you something still hidden or something that this man may consider not to be socially acceptable. The energy that every human being carries within themselves is fascinating. The more we try to hide or suppress this energy, the more it grows and intensifies. When someone decides to open their heart and share their emotions and thoughts, whether with trust or in a casual conversation, it allows for a deeper glimpse of their being. This process not only reveals what is in their heart, but also offers a new perspective on life and love. Being by the side of this person triggers this transformation. In fact, one of the main goals of this connection is for you to see this man in his essence, understand his nuances, and love him unreservedly. And in doing so, you also begin to love yourself more, as this man is a reflection of your own being. There is an evident connection between the energies you attract and the experiences you have had in the past. You were placed by God on the path of this person to reignite love in your heart, after a period of great discouragement and apathy. The emotions you awaken in him are so intense that they make him question if he has ever experienced true love before. The difference between what he feels now and what he felt in previous connections is huge. He may have entered past relationships with a closed heart, unable to fully open up due to subconscious barriers. This is not his fault. At this moment, he is going through a challenging process because you have come to question those barriers. You may be the first person to challenge him to rethink his beliefs about life and love. You are likely the first person to ask why, when this man shares his thoughts and talks about past experiences. You challenge him intellectually and make him reflect on why he feels what he feels. It is clear that this man is not accustomed to this. Your approach, the way you interact with him with genuine curiosity, questioning and challenging his thought process. When you do this, or when he is talking to you, or when you respond, he may have assumed that you were judging in some way. But in fact, you were trying to understand him, understand how he thinks and how he navigates in this world. This process of questioning revealed aspects about him that have never been challenged or explored before. There is something very powerful in the energy of curiosity, especially in relationships, because it is a subtle way of unraveling the mind. I don't know what kind of power you have, but you have definitely changed this man's energy. He entered into this connection maybe not desiring to go so deep, but you activated his heart space. Any plans he had for you initially changed significantly. But the best part of it is that this unfolding happened very naturally, highlighting that this is truly your true role in his life. You are someone who aligns with him to challenge him, and you only challenge him because you are truly aligned to bring out the best version of him. However, this may not always be beautiful. This man knows the truth about this connection and is catching on to why this energy manifested. There was something you saw in him from the start. You saw behind the mask, you saw the truth about him, you saw the real person that no one else really sees. Maybe there isn't a logical reason to feel this way, but you knew from the beginning, and that's why the connection unfolded the way it did. Many of the things that have happened may not make sense to you when trying to put things in chronological order, or even when looking at this connection in a linear way, but it's as if you have been guided to do or say things in this connection that you have never done before. All of this was divinely orchestrated. If you can describe in your own words, it's because deep down, you knew the truth about it. In this way, both were placed in a position to challenge themselves or even to probe each other in a way they wouldn't have done with anyone else. And there was a greater purpose in it. This also highlights how powerful a true love connection is because it manifests with both feeling very deep emotions for each other from the beginning, without being able to understand what they are feeling and why. But the more you allow yourself to truly dive into your heart space and flow, the more revelations are made about your connection and about this man. And the only way to do this is through genuine curiosity. So you may not even be aware of how powerful your light is, but you have definitely illuminated it and also the subconscious mind of this man, who may be clinging to very dark or painful moments from the past, and he has been carrying this unconsciously for a long time. When you are close to this person, something magical happens. The connection you have is so deep that it allows him to show his true essence. This bond is not only intense, but also transformative. He feels a unique attraction to you because your presence challenges him in ways that no one else can. And that is crucial for him. It is as if he needs your energy to feel complete. As you get to know each other better, he begins to open up more, revealing his most intimate layers. The reason for this is simple. You offer a safe space where he can be who he truly is, without fear of judgments. This is a rare and incredibly attractive quality, something that he values immensely. And the truth is, even without realizing it, you have a huge influence on him. If by chance you are distant, he still needs you. Even if you are not physically present, he misses you and keeps a special place for you in his heart. He is going through a period of great changes, and during this process, your opinion and presence are more important than ever. He may be sensitive now, perhaps more than you imagine, but that only shows how much you mean to him. He is on a journey of self-discovery, trying to understand not only his light but also his shadows. And you play a crucial role in this. Your energy, your way of being, helps him integrate all parts of himself, to accept who he truly is. This is not something small, it is a responsibility and a privilege. So, keep being who you are. Keep showing him that it is safe to be vulnerable, that it is possible to be fully accepted. Your kindness, your authenticity, are qualities that touch him deeply. And even if sometimes you doubt, know that you are making a huge difference in his life. The connection you two have is powerful and transformative, and it is something he values more than he can express. And remember, it is not just about what you do, but who you are. Your presence, your energy, have the power to transform. Be patient, be kind, and keep showing him that he is loved and accepted exactly as he is. This is the true essence of a deep and meaningful connection. And that is why he keeps coming back to you, seeking your energy, because he knows that you are the person who can help him transform, find himself, and be truly happy. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe wishes the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what your decision may be. Type, "I receive and accept my destiny and all that the universe has to offer me" to claim this message and the blessings it contains for you. Leave a positive comment for other viewers who may need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and stay tuned for the important message awaiting you in the next video. May God and the universe enlighten your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.